From Karen Hospital, where our very own Giverson Minor is currently on standby. And I understand that the Member of Parliament for Juja, that is George Koimburi, is there. This just follows him being discovered at a coffee plantation in Nairobi here, in Kiambu actually, on Monday. Giverson, you've been on this beat. What more can you tell us?
Now we are coming to you live from Karen Hospital here. In Karen, pardon me, where the Member of Parliament for Juja, one George Koimburi, has been admitted for medical review or checkups, if you like. And this comes just a few hours after Koimburi was allegedly found injured and dumped at Jacaranda Coffee Plantation in Ruiru, or rather in Juja, in Kiambu County. And of course, it's alleged that the Koimburi was abducted yesterday after church in Ruiru, and of course by people who are still unknown. But people say a car was seen. Of course, they do not know who the people were, but they fled away with the Member of Parliament, George Koimburi. And after that, early in the morning, Koimburi was found dumped at the coffee plantation called Jacaranda Coffee Plantation in Kiambu County. And of course, according to people we've spoken to, they say it's the border operators who saw him, and they were able to identify him as the Member of Parliament. And of course, that is how Koimburi managed to get help. They called an ambulance, and he was taken to one hospital in Ruiru County for stabilization. And that is whereby that particular hospital recommended that he be brought to quite a higher level of hospital, and he was brought here at Karen Hospital. People have spoken to, including nurses and doctors, say they already have run a number of scans just to make sure that they can identify if he's suffering any kind of injuries, and he's still laid at the ward. He's not spoken a word, but there are also members of Parliament, his allies, and of course members of Parliament who are allied to the opposition, including Nyandaro Member of Parliament, Senator Medhu is here. We've also been able to see the Kiambu Senator Wan Karungo Dangwe is also here, and of course other members of Parliament who are allied to the opposition side. But that is what we've been able to of course learn since this morning. And of course we're still waiting for his family or even a doctor to speak to us and tell us whether they've gotten the results, whether the Member of Parliament has been injured. But so far the side of the of course, we've been able to see a number of policemen here in uniform and others non-uniformed. They have not spoken to us. And of course, we are still waiting to get any official communication to see, or rather to establish the status, the medical status of the Member of Parliament for Juja. That is what we've been able to gather, to gather for now. But we keep it here until we have a very conclusive, detailed information about his health status, if he was injured, or whether maybe he was not injured, and maybe to hear a word or two from him when he wakes up to tell us what actually transpired, who were the people who abducted him, or rather they fled away with him after attending a church in Ruiru constituency, and how he was able maybe to get help even from those border operators that we've been told. So that is the information here, Doreen. We are keeping it here just to gather more information. Of course, keep it here, keep it KBC for our subsequent bulletin, of course, at 7 and of course at 9 p.m. My name is Giverson Minor. Back to you, Doreen.
Thank you very much for that. Our very own Giverson Minor, they are just giving us the recent reports in regards to this particular incident where police are still investigating.